Movement certificate inspection. Order.
cabin and retrieve their personal effects, please. Occupants of cabin 629, please return to their cabin and claim their personal effects. Thank you.
Was made from the first floor balcony windows because the managers were too afraid to come downstairs and tell the waiting public. She imagine all them people waiting for news about the Titanic. Most of the crew was opened in 2008, cost over £1 billion to change the shopping experience of the city, brought the shops closer to the river. It was made from the first floor balcony windows because the managers were too afraid to come downstairs and tell the waiting public. She imagine all them people waiting for news about the Titanic. Most of the crew, the two liver birds sit at the top, you can always see them better from a distance. The liver birds are about as tall as this double-decker bus. Now it's said if the liver birds ever fly away, I think this lady knows this story, if the liver birds ever fly, hopefully football champions, but we'll see about that. Church over to our right is the parish church of Liverpool. This is Our Lady and St Nicholas. The parish church named after the ship of the city. And then to our left we've got these glorious Victorian buildings, originally built as banks and insurance buildings. Now they are hotels, restaurants, bars. We are so lucky to have these old buildings in the city that can be transformed years later. And this is Lord Street now, the main shopping area in front of us. So if anybody wants the shops, this is the stop here. Anybody who needs the shops? So we've got the new shops to our right and the older shops in front of us. Now turn left onto North John Street into the Beatles Quarter. In front of us to our right, the brown building is the Beatles themed hotel. This is the Hard Day's Night Hotel. You see the statues of the Beatles to our right here? We have Ringo Starr with the drumsticks, George Harrison, and then in front of us Paul McCartney and finally John Lennon. John Lennon stands on the corner of Matthew Street. To our right is the big Pizza Express. To our left is a former bank building. Does anybody want to visit Matthew Street and learn about the Beatles? Access to the statues to our left, these gargoyles. The last statue has a tinsel scarf. Now we've had to stay in the outside lane of this road because the inside lanes are for the Birkenhead Tunnel. It shouldn't go through the Birkenhead Tunnel on an open top bus. We won't do that. We'll be turning right in a few moments' time. If you look to your left, thousands and thousands of artefacts inside there. And just in front of us to our left with the umbrellas and tables and chairs is the City Library. In front of us to our left is the Walker Art Gallery with the statues on the outside. The building immediately in front of us here is St George's Hall. More about St George's Hall in a minute or so. The lovely gardens to our left here is St John's Gardens. These gardens have been here since 1904, built on the site of the old teetotaler, didn't drink. Now there's a pub named after him. Explain that. I can't. It's a good story though. This is Whitechapel in front of us. We've taken lots of London names: Whitechapel, Islington, The Strand, Kensington. Flowing through here up and described as one of our jewels in the crown, one of the most important neoclassical buildings in the whole world. Built in the 1850s. At the same time, St George's Hall was opened in the 1850s, so was Lime Street Station, our main train station. The station you can see here, next to our left here on the pavement, there's about 10 bike stations around the city centre where you can hire bikes now. Cost about £1 an hour. The white building in front of us to our right is Lewis's department store, the original department store to Liverpool. Not to be confused with John Lewis, this is David Lewis, a local entrepreneur. The naked statue to our right above the entrance. No, we do eventually. Houses to our left, schools to our right. To our right is the Pleasant Street School. We're now entering the university campus, the Knowledge Quarter. John Moores University building to our right. John Moores University is named after the Moores family who gave us the Littlewood shopping empire and also the football pools industry. In this country there was a competition where we had to predict the football results. Lots of university buildings all around here. And over to our right is the Roman Catholic Cathedral. The main building of the cathedral was built in the 1960s, although it sits on a building that was built in the 1930s when Liverpool was trying to build the biggest cathedral the world has ever seen. Sadly, it never came to fruition. But what you can see there, ground floor, left out. Over to our left here is Victoria Building. It's been here since 1892. For over 100 years, it was the main building of the university. Just before we turn right, if you look to your left, if you want this time, if you look to your left just now, you will see some of the Georgian houses that are now part of the university campus. And one in front of us, one behind us. To our left is the Everyman Theatre. Lots of bars, restaurants, hotels, people's apartments in the upper floors. The Hope Street is also famous for the building to our right. On the corner by the traffic lights, the honey-coloured building. This area is dominated by this absolutely magnificent building to our left. This is Liverpool's Anglican Cathedral to our left. It took 74 years to build this cathedral. Does anyone want to visit this cathedral? Another lovely Georgian street. Became known as the Harley Street of the North many years ago, like in London, lots of doctors' surgeries and consulting rooms. Number 59 with the green doors, a famous building. The former home of Chambray Hardman, who was a photographer in the 19th church. To our left here, this is St Luke's Church. St Luke's Church is known as the bombed out church. What do you notice? No windows, no roof. They were lost during the May Blitz of 1941 during the Second World War. See all the photographs of Liverpool on the railings here during the Second World War. Thousands of people take to these streets during Chinese New Year. And in front of us to our right we can see our Chinese Arch. The largest Chinese arch outside mainland China. And that's the original Chinatown to our right. There's over 200 dragons in this arch. The arch has been there since the year 2000. And those dragons in the arch represent River. It's a very dangerous place, the River Mersey. This is not a place where you sunbathe on the beach. It's all quicksand and mud. And that's not a yellow beach. Concerts take place in this building to our right. And both these buildings are powered by these little wind turbines to our right on the pavement. That's clever, that, isn't it?
Can you write? If you go and did
Came together like in front of the building, so that's on the right side of the building. Oh, good. Is that me?
Pictures have also been posted on the account. It's 21 years since James was abducted and murdered by Robert Thompson and John Drills. James' niece has asked for a on Twitter to report the trauma.
What?